No, James, you can't
James,
play
no,
that whilst
no.
we're addressing the whole world, and you're playing rap songs in our ears.
About Lukaku, though.
But it is about Lukaku, but
Fair
When he was
play.
at Everton on loan.
And what?
It was from when he was at Everton on loan.
was he? Yeah,
Was it?
Yeah.
that's weird. I never heard it. Never charted. We never got it to number one on the
Ironically.
Spotify charts.
Yeah,
Which is weird for us. We're normally all over that kind of shit.
Yeah, only if it's good. Isn't it? That's what it is, isn't it? You can't just... We're not just getting anything to number one, are we? Know what I mean?
Doesn't seem like it. Maybe we should try harder.
There's a method in... To do what? What do you want to get to number one that we've not done?
Can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Well, there you go. So I don't think they have to
But
try
that
hard.
proves that the people have to try harder, because if I can't remember what it is, then that means they've not done their job effectively and need to maybe
Yeah, but you were saying it like...
hire a new PR team.
Yeah, but you seem to be blaming Everton fans for not getting something to number one, but there isn't.
No,
there's
I was saying
get.
there's nothing to get to number one because we didn't know what it was. And I feel like that's on the people who made it. They didn't work
You're
hard.
blaming Ryan Rooney for not writing you a song that we can get behind and get to number one.
I think time restricts Ryan Rooney's songs. They're not long enough. I think there's a time thing on getting to number one. Like, you have to be over a certain length
To get there.
Yeah, I just don't think his songs are long enough. They are. If there was a chart for like minute songs, he'd be platinum.
Smash it.
He'd be platinum.
He's smashing it. Fair play. Fair play. Ryan writes a longer song. Doesn't really, but what he's doing though, that won't really fit in, will it? Because he's writing songs for fans to sing. No fan wants to sing like three verses and 3 choruses, really.
We do with some songs.
No, for some, there's a certain type of song, but it's more like a legend song, isn't it? That goes on and on. The normal ones that we're going to sing within a football ground.
I just
very
don't.
much.
Woo!
Yeah, well, there you go.
I just want to do that. More of that.
Like an old
more
song.
of that.
Fair play. Ryan, there's your challenge. Get some woos into your song.
And make us go.
There you go.
Or know what I wouldn't mind? Some country themed Everton songs.
So hang on, the South Stand just singing about like doing the ironing and all that, but then going to the game and then having to go and do the shopping.
I told my truck the other day that I was going to spend some time away because I was going to Hill Dickinson and I couldn't wait to see
Of course it is.
Jack Grealish, my son.
I just don't see the South Stand singing.
He's got cars of steel.
And why would we do
and
that?
Buns of gold, abs of metal, and he's foretold trophies will be coming his way and to the South Stand one day. That's how country songs go, isn't it? By the way, smash that.
I'll be honest.
By the way, I have just literally
sure.
written a country song.
I'm not sure.
Off the top of my head.
I'm not sure Ryan's giving you a belt.
Like, I have literally... Anything that comes after me now is just a waste of time. Oh, look, we got Fletch.
Not yet, we haven't. We can wait. Happy birthday to Jack Grealish.
Go on.
Happy birthday to Jack Grealish. Because I know he's watching. So, Jack, happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm just literally waiting for the comments.
That's the message he's watching. Happy birthday, Jack.
With my song.
What are you with?
Just waiting for the comments to catch up with my song.
Deep calls up. Deep calls up. Who would you start at left back was James's question.
James just threw it in.
Just threw it in
I
there.
think Michalenko will probably start.
Yeah.
I don't believe in Ukrainian doctors.
Don't believe in them, you don't.
No.
Is there just one you might not believe?
All of them, all Ukrainian.
You can't not believe
they're just
in
like,
Ukrainian doctors.
They're just basically like the Tooth Fairy.
I can't get behind that. Not at all.
You can't get behind what?
That you're saying Ukrainian doctors are the Tooth Fairy. I can't get behind it.
There's an unprofessionalism about them that means that I've had to shun them.
Okay. You want you to do a 24-hour show on your own?
I could probably do that.
In your new office?
I probably could do that without any issue.
Probably.
I'm just not.
Ironically, just couldn't do it when we done it.
Stay away.
Fletch is in the call. Is waiting. So, first of all, get the likes up. Otherwise, Fletch is just on for the whole hour. No. Fletch, let's get
How are
into
we?
it. Good evening, mate. What do you want to say?
What do I want to say? I'm looking forward to the football being back on Saturday.
Yeah, very
I'm
much so.
really looking forward to it coming back because I've missed it this weekend. Like, the international break was good for Pickford. He got his statistics up. We all know he's England's number one. He's England's number one for a reason. He hasn't put a foot wrong for England, this Jordan Pickford. And it's happy birthday to Jack Grealish.
Well said, Fletch. Well said.
Happy birthday to Jack Grealish. I posted something on Instagram yesterday about Super Jack Grealish being unbeatable this season because I strongly believe that's the case, that he's going to be unbeatable for Everton this season. And it's just onwards and upwards. I'm really looking forward to the game on Saturday against Villa at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. I think the atmosphere is going to be immense.
I think you might be right, Fletch. I think you might be right. I think
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, if Everton play like they've played the last couple of games, it'll be amazing, and hopefully we can get past Villa. Be a tough game. No, I think
exactly. It will be a tough game. It'll be a very interesting game to see how Jack Grealish plays against Aston Villa. I hope he starts. I hope he starts. I think England were missing Jack Grealish last night. I don't understand how Anthony Gordon can get into the England side, but Jack Grealish somehow can't. I don't see it. I just don't see it, me, mate.
I don't know whether... the only thing I'd take you to task over slightly, Fletch, is England were missing them last night. They won 5-0. So
yeah, I know,
I think there's
but
other
it's
games
like
you might say they were missing them.
Just that. I think that extra effort in midfield, though, because on form, Jack Grealish is, like I said, unbeatable. And, like, at the moment, I see him starting for England in the summer. As it stands at the moment, statistically, they would agree with me. And I want him to start against Villa. I want him to perform. I want him to prove the manager, and I want him to keep going. And he needs to get his goal.
Yeah, I think the manager. I don't think the manager will want to change Jack Grealish at the moment. He's flying. And so, therefore, I think he will. You know, if everyone's fit, Jack Grealish will start, no doubt about it. And hopefully, Saturday will be his first Everton goal. I would love to see the all.
Wouldn't that be brilliant? Wouldn't that be brilliant? I'd love to see him go off
his head. But if I see this, then it means he's done the business and he's scored.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. That is like, we're building something as a club. We need to keep the momentum going. Form-wise, we are a good team to watch at the moment. We're not the best team in the world, but we're playing some decent football. Let's be honest. We're playing some decent, attractive, just entertaining football.
Absolutely, we are.
And we've got to keep that momentum going into this game. And I love the new stadium. Honestly, I need to get in there because I've not got in there yet. I really do need to get in there because the atmosphere just looks absolutely incredible. Like the pictures, it looks like something off FIFA, mate. It doesn't look like it belongs to Everton. It's massive. It's a massive achievement.
Yeah. So you going Saturday, Fletch?
Oh, look, I'm not going Saturday, but I need to go again this season, definitely.
Yeah. Yo, you've got to get it. You've got to get in when you can and experience it.
Yeah, exactly. I'd love to. I just always and upwards to the Evertonians, man. Up the Toffees, we can do this. We can take Villa on Saturday. Easy. It'll be a good game. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely in terms of a statement for the rest of the Premier League. Villa aren't doing very well. Like in the Hill Dickinson Stadium, Jamie Carragher called it the lucky stadium, which is like, okay, let's see how much luck it really has, and let's see get 3 points on Saturday against Villa. Yeah,
well, listen, I don't care what Jamie Carragher calls it. He'll be desperate to get in there and watch his club. I know that.
Yeah.
You know, no, listen, we've had a great start there. Let's hope we can keep it going Saturday. Great opportunity. Villa haven't started very well. I've still got a few important players missing at the weekend.
However, Onana doesn't look like he's about to start either, which is a good news for us.
Well, let's hope that. And Everton players won't do it, but I think some fans just be a little bit wary of, thinking it's going to be a walk in the park because they're still a really good side.
It's not, I like to be positive and optimistic. It's not always, but the end goal is the end goal is just competing for the highest, as high as we can get up the league now, and a good cup run, if not a trophy, desperately. That's what Everton fans want. And like
Saturday's there for the taking, mate. It's just how Everton play.
Saturday is there for the taking.
It's just how Everton play.
Exactly, it's what Everton team shows up. Let's just hope to God it's not the Leeds, the first half against Leeds, because we were absolutely dreadful. And like, the person who came in earlier, the lady who came in earlier, she said we could have. It was a little bit closer to what it should have been against Wolves, and I totally agree with that point. But overall, that was because we had 3 games in a week, though. Do you know what I mean? It's like we managed to get 3 wins in a week. Let's keep that momentum going. That's the main goal.
100%, Fletch. You're spot on.
Do you know what I mean? So that's from an Everton point of view. Now we just need to keep the momentum going, basically, and onwards and upwards as Evertonians.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Great call again.
Dead quick.
Go on.
Dead quick. Sorry.
Go on, mate.
Who do I think should start at left back? I think Mikalenko should start if he's fit, definitely. If not, I don't know. It'll be a tricky one, but I don't think it'll be a game changer. Do you know what I mean? So if we sort that out, and the thing is, though, if Bradwaite's not fit, it's going to be Keenan somebody in it. Bloody hell.
If Brandtwaite won't.
He's not put a foot wrong so far, but Keane's still a bit of a dicky one when it comes to that foot of his. He just kicks it out of play.
Well, he's there. I mean, his defensive side, he's doing all right. Listen, if Brandtwaite, he'll be back in a couple of weeks, I imagine. But right now, we've just got to get through it and hopefully
get this win. Get this win. That's all we need.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, anyway, I'll let you go, fellas.
All right, Fletch. Take care, mate.
Thanks, Ped. See you later.
Ta-ra, pal. Ta-ra, mate. Got to see Fletch in the flesh.
Walking around this garden.
Walking, just having a chill.
Maybe that's
getting
why,
his steps in. I like it.
That's why his connection's obviously not great, because he's walking around his garden.
Walking around his garden, getting his steps in. I'll have a go with that, can you?
Well, I feel like I might do.
Okay. Gary Ward says, howdy. Charlie said, close up a pet, please, but that was a few minutes ago. He was doing something. Glenn said, did I miss a date announcement for the premiere night on last night's AOB show? Incredible show, by the way. Was an incredible show that last night. No, me and Blaine will sort it on Friday.
Who'd have thought you could get so much material out of kiwi fruit? Unbelievable.
There you go.
How do you eat yours? That should be that should be their tagline for selling more kiwi fruit. How do you eat yours?
It could be. It could be.
Knife and fork.
Dick L was in the comments.
Or use Jack Grealish's
Dick L
apps. Go on.
Dick L.
Go on. I'm here for it. I'm just waiting for it.
On a Wednesday.
Being allowed out.
So, I was thinking about Ornella Vanola scoring a hat-trick against Liverpool on her debut. And somebody said she was the first Everton player since Dixie Dean to score a hat-trick on a debut. Is that right? Did Tony Cottee not score a hat-trick on his debut? I thought he had. Talking of Tony Cottee, why do you think he's not held in high regard with Everton fans? We broke the transfer record for him, and I think only Sharp outscores him in modern times. Okay, I don't think the hat-trick thing was a debut. I think the hat-trick thing was at Anfield, wasn't it? Hat-trick in a derby or something, Anfield. Yeah, that was the stat there. Tony Cottee, why isn't he held in high regard? Don't know. I think he was just a bit streaky, wasn't he, with his goals, and I think he's more of a West Ham man. Not my dad, he was a West Ham fan as a kid, and still obviously is, and played for him at least two occasions, didn't he? 2 separate occasions. I don't know. A lot of people might love Tony Cottee. He's all right. That's the way I look at him. I think he's all right.
Didn't win anything, did he? So he was in between two teams that won something. So part of the downfall of the football club. Yeah, and people just don't have that affiliation with him because, I don't know.
He's always sort of positioned himself more with West Ham, regardless, hasn't he? And I know he does bits and pieces for Everton, and he'll always talk about it, like he loves Everton and all that, but he is more, and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way, but that's what he's more of a West Ham fan, isn't he? So, I don't know, but I can't speak for other people. That's just my view on him. He's all right. Other people might, like you say, other people might love him.
I don't think so. I don't think there's any sort of. There's nothing sort of to get behind in many ways. Is that there's no like, because it's 30 years ago now, so it's over 30 years ago, isn't it? So it's the generation of people are like my age, you know, your age. Like I had them on my first sort of like shirt with my name and number on the back, Hottie number 9. But you know, you get. He did scored 99 goals, which is fantastic for 10. But yeah, it's just not there, is it? Just not there.
No. Alex says, "Is that Baz's impression of Annabelle?"
No, that's...
Alex isn't a Premier member, is he? Clearly,
that's
does he know that that's Dick L's voice and has been for a number of years? So there you go. James Graham says, "Bring back Charlotte." Well, she's not long gone. I think it'd be a bit harsh to get her back here now. When
But
she's
it's nice
gone.
to know that you approve. We're gonna get Charlotte back in every week on YouTube. She's
Bit of a
broke her duck now, and I've spoke to her. I've already spoke to her. She's happy to come on a show once a week. And you know, there you go. I don't know whether the same conversations will be had, considering you were literally grilling her on her dating record.
Wasn't she got a full life thing? I mean, everyone who's there on Premier. Again, this is one of those things that you do make wild accusations.
This is true, James, isn't it?
Wild accusations.
We got a full rundown of who she should be going out with and who she shouldn't be going out with, and whether cricketers are weird and whether.
Again, her words, not mine.
No, just saying. You opened the box.
No, I think you'll find I spoke to her about a career.
Life coaching.
Career, what her plans were, what she wanted to do.
Is she going to Korea?
She didn't mention Korea, did she?
No,
North,
Asia.
South Thailand, Vietnam, somewhere else.
Yeah.
Sure,
Fair
let's
play.
cover more.
Likes travelling, and it's all good. It's all good. Brien says, "Good morning from Florida, lads. Looking forward to us smashing Villa on Saturday up the Toffees." Fair play. Celtic Vapes, and this is correct, by the way, says, "Just check Cottie's record. It's impressive compared to some of the strikers we've had since." No, it is. It absolutely is. He was here for, 7 years? He got 99 goals.
You did.
Dorco says, "As a Leicester fan, I want Dewsbury Hall back." Not happening, mate, is it? For a good few years, I don't think, but he's been brilliant for us so far. Nearly is. A lot of people wishing Jack Grealish a happy birthday, so there you go. Jack will be loving it. He'll be loving it. Anthony Paxton says, "I had a Jack Grealish discussion with the Liverpool supporter and they said he'd do nothing for us, so I pointed out in 2 games he's got 4 assists. I'll take that as nothing. Don't care if he scores." There you go. In terms of the left back, quite a few people just saying Asnu should start at left back. Okay, if we got waiting.
Eddie.
It's Eddie.
Get Eddie on.
It's Eddie. Let's get Eddie on. Eddie, good morning to you. Good evening to us. How
It's
are
good
you?
afternoon.
It is. You tell him, Eddie. You tell him.
Good afternoon.
Well, actually, no.
Well,
It's 11. It's 11. So actually, no, it's
Yeah.
still morning. Never
So
mind.
again,
You're right,
just for
you're right.
you and Ped, once again, wrong. But that's fine. That's fine.
I am
you
going
do you,
through
Ed.
Eddie.
You do
I
you.
thought Eddie had moved to the East Coast.
No. I like Texas. I don't. There's no.
Well, you know. There's no,
what's it
Anyway,
called?
Ed, how are
it's
you?
not a
What do you
case
want
of
to say?
liking something. It's a case of being forced away from where you want to live because you need a job or something. I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, that is true.
The reason I wasn't gonna call, but then Ped did a country thing, and that I can't let that stand. Man.
No.
That does not sound country at all.
It does. People talk
No.
about their cars.
You tell him, Ed.
They do, but not in that twang. Like that was not
Well,
a.
I'm not American, am I? I'm not
I-
American.
You just do it normally.
Because you've got to have some kind of like twang, and this is the British twang of it all. I'm sorry, Ed, but you know, you've been wrong twice now.
You were wrong
I
once with
disagree
him.
there.
I was just going with Ed.
But what I wanted to talk about is I saw this morning, and I don't know how true it was, but there was a chance we could have sold Mikalenko to Napoli for 30 million.
30 million euro. So the story goes, yeah.
Do you think like if like I don't know if that was like a deal that could have happened in June or July, that would have been a smarter move, and then maybe gotten another left back, or do you think Mikalenko is like our left back?
I well, he's the left back right now, isn't he? In
Yeah.
terms of what David Moyes is trying to sort of get going is that defensive stability, which Mikalenko is. He's a very good 1v1 defender. I think they want to transition to a more attacking fullback, which is probably why Asnu has been brought in as well. But right now, Asnu's not ready, is he? I mean, he might end up playing at the weekend or not, but just right now, he's not ready. So therefore, to just sell Mikalenko, we would have then had to identify another left back. And then I think that actually blocks Asnu's path then, more so than renewing with Mikalenko. Ped, what do you think?
I don't think he was ever going to be sold like this summer. So, I think we will eventually obviously try and get better. But again, it's that thing of, it's still like, we're still massively in a transitional period, and there was enough problems this summer. You'd have to have had someone lined up before selling him to come in, even though that's like, people say that was decent money. Well, it is decent money with what he's got left on his contract. So yeah, I just don't think it would have been something. It's one of those things, innit? Everton have been linked with all kinds of players. Like, it comes out after the window shuts. And it's the same, Mikalenko we've heard about, Njai being, there's no way those two deals would have ever been done while you're just trying to build a team and have some stability. So, as news brought in as the backup, it's going to take time. You would have needed a good, really, really good player to come in and take over from Mikalenko, because you need that person to come in straight away and hit the ground straight away. Because, let's be honest, a week before the season started, we weren't looking in the best of shape, and when the season started, we weren't looking in the best of shape. So, people would have been, unless we brought in a really top class left back, people would have thought it was a very, very strange move, and I still think it would have been a strange move. I think they'll probably get him tied down to a new contract now, and then that gives us options.
And protects the asset.
Yeah, yeah. I was just thinking about it this morning, and I agree with that. And the only other option I would have seen is like we could have signed Reguilon on a free. Because I mean, he has Premier League experience. He's more attacking than Mikalenko. He's nowhere near the defensive player. So I guess that would have been his big fault. But once again, he is a free agent, so like I don't know. The fact that he hasn't found a club yet is kind of concerning, and I guess that's with any player outside of Tomiyasu. But that's also like maybe in October he'll find a club. But yeah, that was something I found interesting this morning. And yeah, in regards to who I think will start, I think it's probably going to be Garner. I think he's actually had a really good season, and I didn't realize how adaptable he was. I feel he can play anywhere across actually probably everywhere except goalkeeper or center back. I would say he could probably fit in at this point, but he's probably gonna play, which I think kind of upsets our midfield, but maybe that gives Roll a chance or Irabunum again. But I feel this will be a tough game. I think we should be able to win, but I don't know. It's hard to say. With Villa has a really good squad. They got some good, decent deadline transfers. So I don't know how they're gonna shape up, but they're also missing a couple players due to injury, so it will be interesting. But I think we'll win. And yeah, that's kind of all I had. I just ped. Don't do the country thing again.
Well,
That's-
no, I will, because it got you to call up. So I will do it again. That proves my point. My singing moves mountains, and it moved you to call.
but not
So
for a
who's the-
good reason though.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Who's the real winner here? Me.
I guess.
Eddie, who doesn't know what time afternoon starts.
You didn't.
I did if he was on the East Coast. I thought maybe he'd gone to the East Coast and it would
Why
be...
did you think he'd gone these?
Because he was so sure on it being the
wasn't.
afternoon.
He was-
He was like,
I-
it's the afternoon, Baz. No, it's
I
not. It's
checked
11.
You
my work
jumped in.
computer. My work computer is off Eastern time because that's where most of our meetings are held off.
Oh, okay. So spiritually and emotionally, you're on the East Coast.
Yeah. You can say that, I guess. Yeah.
Fair play.
All right, y'all. Have a good one.
Nice one, Ed.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you, Ed. Ta-ra, mate. What a G, Eddie. Just boss, and he phones up to correct you. Can't get the time right, but he's got his opinion. Fair play to him.
That's what it's all about.
Fair play. Fair play to him. We've also got Alex. Is it Alex next?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Alex, good evening. What do you want to say?
Yeah, good evening, boys. You okay?
Yeah, all good.
Good stuff. I just pick up from the last caller. I think Regulon would have been a good sort of. I think you make a good point about not blocking progression of young players. I think Tomiyasu might still be injured, although I think he would have been good. But yeah, Moyes is pretty wily with these things, and I'm sure they would have looked at him with Mikolenko being our only genuine left back, like first team ready. But yeah, I don't know. I think I would have had him if he's available, just to, even if it was, a year's contract with a, looking to maybe let him go in January if need be, if he gets a better offer somewhere else.
Yeah.
But James Garner's done well, and I think it's a testament to him. I think he's had a great start to the season. But you want him in the position that he should be playing in, because I think that's where he has more of an impact. But yeah, I think Regulon, I don't know, maybe being creative. I bet you Baines is better than most of the players. Nice as well. Get Bainesy back just for one game. Bring him back.
Just get him on a short-term contract. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have a player who's wearing number 3 at the moment, do we?
No.
Just give him that.
No.
Um,
Just abandon it.
But a couple of other things real quick. Ped,
Yeah.
I follow you running. Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
If Everton was to get to the FA Cup final, would you run from Hill Dickinson down to Wembley?
No,
for
that'd be
charity?
fucking stupid. That'd be absolutely stupid. What are you?
But you don't have to do it in one go. You could break it up and do it over.
We've got these things called trains. Don't know if you know. They were invented.
Would you go on a train?
Yeah.
Is that where you go?
Yeah.
If we got there.
Go the night before.
I'm going to say, because you'll be coming back after it.
Yeah. Go the night before.
Be off.
Well, fair play to you anyways, mate. And if you change your mind, I'll run 5 kilometres with you.
Well, that's not fucking use to me, is it?
It's miles away. 5 kilometres, not getting
5
you there.
kilometres. Where
Exactly.
you gonna? You might get a run corn from here, mate. You're not gonna be with. I need some support, and you're running 5K.
All right, fine, I'll do-
That's me done. And it's getting dark.
Yeah.
You've left me in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, and then there's like just some probably, you know what? It just feels
I'll drive in front
useless
of
to
you
me.
if you want.
You've come in with a big suggestion, and you've just gone out run 5K. Do you know what I mean? It's
Well,
what's
just I
the
don't
point?
wanna
It's like
take up-
going, yeah, let's raise £1 million. Is a fiver. What's the point?
Well, I just don't want to hog it up. You've got so many fans on Everton Fan TV that the rest, Toffee TV, that everyone will want to follow you as well, right? You just like Forrest Gump.
Run and support you. That'd be good,
Anyways.
wouldn't it, Martin? I'll run on with you.
Listen, the problem is I feel like people would say they would run, and then would just be like, nah, I can't be asked.
Yeah.
They get
Basically.
sick.
They get sick and stuff like
the
you.
full 24 hours.
Mate, I was told to stay away. As we've basically, it's been proved. I was told to stay. I've got the proof on my phone. Not like when MPs have to give their phone and they have all the messages on them. The messages are still on my phone. I was told to stay away from the 24 hour. There was people in danger, and I made sure those people were safe. I was basically a first responder that day. But you know, listen, thank you for your kind words. You've backed them up with absolutely nothing and empty promises. So,
can I ask something more serious for a sec?
Of course
you can.
And then maybe one thing at the end, which isn't. Nottingham Forest, obviously not somewhere to play at the weekend. I hope you'll do well at the weekend. I just think it's really important for momentum. But just thoughts on the Nottingham Forest stuff about really focus about, there's players that we were interested in like McAtee and Douglas Luiz, who ultimately ended up at Forest. I don't know if we were interested in Hutchinson, although I think he'd been a good one for us. But the talk was that there was arguments about Edu making those transfers and not the manager. And I kind of get the feeling it's the other way around with Everton, that Moyes has more of a direction on that. Just your because obviously he didn't, by the sound of it, Nuno didn't fancy Douglas Luiz, whereas we would have potentially have bitten your arm off for him. So just sort of your thoughts on that, and as a last one, if you could score a winning goal in a Merseyside derby, would you want to score at Anfield or Goodison or Hill Dickinson?
Anfield.
Cop end. And then run all the way down to the away fans. Just cup them ear.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, that's why I do it. That's why I do it.
Anfield, because you're there forever in folklore there, aren't you? I mean, you will be at Hill Dickinson, of course, but Anfield definitely for that one. Go ahead, your other answer to these other questions. I've gone early.
The Forest, yeah, I don't know what's going on at Forest. Yeah, we haven't got an owner like Forest, though, have we? Like, we haven't got an owner who wants to oversee everything, who's got like a golden throne in the stadium or whatever it is. So I think, yeah, the fella was always going to sack Nuno from the day he stormed on the pitch. He just had to see it through, didn't he? And yeah, Edu coming in as well, it was probably again he was bringing the players in, and Everton, yeah, it's different because, as I said, we don't have that owner who is overseeing everything. We've got a chief executive, and then who works with David Moyes. So they are completely different. I think I do prefer what we've got rather than an owner meddling and stuff, because I think I think the thing with these people is they're really, obviously, who are very, very rich. It seems like nothing can happen quick enough for them. They just don't have any patience. And I think one thing you do need a little bit of in football right now is just a little bit of patience. Just to get everything started, especially if you're a club like Forest or Everton. So yeah, I think I'd rather have it the way we have it, but then at the flip side, Forest have spent a hell of a lot of money, and he has put his money where his mouth is. So you can't really argue on that kind of front. From like, it's like like what Chelsea have done. You can't really argue. You mightn't like it, and it might be annoy people, and it might be breaking or bending rules to the point of, like, to the very, very point. But you can't really argue with it because they're moving forward as a football club. We're just doing it a different way. And hopefully it's the same result. We end up back in Europe, which is what obviously Forest are doing.
As Everton fans, do you like the idea of us having a director of football or not, or you don't care one way or the other?
I just want what's best for Everton, and I don't know. I think the circumstances with Moyes probably dictate you don't have a director of football.
Yeah.
But then if another manager comes in, it might be who's more younger or a European, and it's more in line with their what they're used to, maybe you do bring a director in football. I don't think it has to be something that you have to be stuck with all the time, or there's I think for David Moyes, I just don't think a director of football style necessarily works. And I think you just have to, if you have enough trust in the man to make him the manager and allow him to come back and do what he's done at Everton, you have to allow him in to be big part of the conversation. I'm not sure that happens with the director of football. So, yeah, I mean, listen, it's horses for court. We had the director of football. We had 3. It didn't seem to work once, but you could probably put a lot down to the owners or the chairman or whoever else that were interfering on the outside. I think a director of football with Marco Silva would have worked if they'd been left alone to do the job and there'd been an amount of patience. It was never going to work with a Rafa Benitez. Carlo, it was sort of a little bit of him, a little bit of the director of football. Everyone has to buy into it, and I just don't think right now if we wanted a director of football, we wouldn't have David Moyes. I think that's the way to look at it. So it's whatever people think they want. So yeah, it can. We'll just keep doing what we're doing until a time comes when we change.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers, boys.
Okay, cheers, Al. Ta,
Yeah.
mate.
Cheers, Alex. Well done, mate.
Ta-ra.
See you later. Okay, I think we've got Terry waiting.
Yeah.
Terry, good evening. What do you want to say?
Bit of positivity, because when before the season started, and here we were getting Grealish and we got Dewsbury Hall, and we didn't really know much about Barry. We didn't see too much of him in pre-season. I was a bit worried that we'd be a bit too open as a team compared to what we were like last season, even though he played a far more attractive style than the other guy. But I really think with the turmoil the Forest are in, Ange can't defend, can he? He'll go all out, but you've got Bournemouth sold all their best players. If we'd just produced the second half of the season under Moyes for the whole season, we'd been snapping at their heels, and we've massively improved, and they haven't. And I think we really could have an outside chance for Europe this season, especially Conference League. That's there for the taking, I think. But we've got to beat Villa at the weekend, because again they look a bit of a shambles at the back at the moment. They still don't look too bad going forward. You know, they got some great attacking players, and he does play an attacking style. But if we get an early lead, I think we could just push on. As we mentioned before on previous calls, not just today, but it's hard to get out of that top half of the table once you're in there, because we've never had a start like this in the last sort of 4 to 5 years. And it's going to be really hard to sort of push us down to 10th, 11th, 12th again, unless we go on an awful run. And I just can't see that happening.
I hope you're right. There's not everything you say is correct. I mean, I think even when we had the start under Benitez, and I think we had 10 points from 12 at the very start, and then we had a terrible run. Even then, I think we only won 1 in about 8, but it took a while for us to be dropping into sort of the bottom half of the table, and we were on a dreadful run. I think we only won 1 game from September till January. That was Norwich at home. But it did take a while before we were out of it. So you're right. It's about whether we can beat these at the weekend. I think, seeing this before the Leeds game, a lot of people were like 3 or 4-0 this and all that, and we saw what happened against Leeds. I think if Everton turn up and play the way we've been playing, we've got a great chance of beating Villa. Our record's shocking, by the way, against Villa.
We
since they got
bottled
promoted.
it for the first sort of 25 minutes against Leeds.
Yeah,
you know,
we were
it's
terrible.
rabbit caught in the headlight.
We were terrible,
And
but we were on the
reasons
cup.
for that, again, you know, newly promoted team, crowd going crazy from the get-go, small grounds, you know, Ellen Road's tight, a little bit like others in that respect. It can have that effect on you. And
Yeah.
you got them in at half time, and he came out and they bossed the second half, and then you got that ridiculous penalty. So, you know, don't get me wrong, we didn't deserve to win it, but it's one of them if only. But yeah, I'm quietly confident. Oh, and just one more thing, can I mention?
Go on.
At the Mansfield game, I was sitting 2 rows behind Ped, 2 seats behind him, and then for 4 days after, I had that lurgy. So he was spreading it all around the ground at the
Telling
time.
you, mate, patient zero.
I
He was
read
in
it.
this studio. He's patient zero. John got a bit of it, and then
I didn't give
James
work, though.
was
I
done.
still went to work, you know, because that's the type of guy I am.
I obviously
Now,
do
listen,
a
I
job that is obviously a lot more intense. So
Is that what it is? Yeah. Fair enough. Now, I think you're right. It's keep it going what we've got. I think you're right about Leeds. There was a lot of things that come when you look back at it. Players weren't up to speed. You know, losing Branthwaite was a hammer blow a few days before. We didn't have Grealish up to speed. You know, and all there was reasons. They were the better side in the first half, no doubt about it. And Everton controlled the second half, and you know, we lost by a penalty. But there's been a big improvement, and we were a little bit fortunate against Brighton. We were, but we also could have scored more goals ourselves. And therefore, it's about building momentum. If Everton can get past Villa at the weekend, and you're right, at the moment, I've seen them against Palace, and they were decent going forward, but not convincing. At the back, they looked all over the place. I think if Everton can get in front on Saturday, I think that'll be key, because I think that'll light the place up, and then it'll be, what can we do? And we're better suited to keeping hold of the ball a little bit more. Would you agree, Pat?
Especially an early goal. If we score in the first 10 or 15, I think they might struggle. Their bottles might go a little bit, but let's hope so anyway.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. The positivity, we've got to be. Why not? We've been. The manager said this, didn't he? When we were doing well and people were going, "Oh, be careful" and all that. Everton have been pressed, pushed down for too long. We've all been told to, don't have any of these not expectations. I'm not here going, we're gonna finish in the top 4. None of that stuff. But why not start looking up?
They're still talking about us like we've got 10 across the box and we're hoofing it up to DCL. We don't do that anymore. There's only really Sue Smith out of anyone who's commentating on Sky who's saying, wait, are you actually watching this? Or you're just talking, presenting the narrative that you've been given. And anyway, that's me anyway, guys. Take care.
Sound nice one, Terry. Good to speak to you, mate. See you later. Ta-ra. Cheers, mate. Great call. Costa on the super chat says here, what percentage Everton slots top 5? Early predictions.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
That to me seems.
We'll see how the next month. Let's see how the next month plays out.
I personally don't think you can look till November and gauge where we might be. It's great that we're even saying it, though. I've just done a bit on the news there about, maybe have to call Hill Dickinson a different name if we got into Europe. So that kind of thing's interesting. But it is all sort of tongue-in-cheek at the moment because it's only 3 games. Yeah. It's 3 games. We're looking good. And it's great. It's great to be positive and excited about the game, and I can't wait. But we do. Same as when we're calling people terrible, and we're calling other teams terrible, or people going overboard about Sunderland or things like that. Let it all settle and play out, and then we'll know exactly where we are. But it's been a really good recovery from that awful first half against Leeds, hasn't it? Yeah. We've got Annabelle on the line. So, Annabelle, good evening. What would you like to say?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Annabelle.
I wasn't able to call in last week, so I just want to say congratulations on the 24-hour and on the amount of money you raised. It was fantastic.
Thank you.
And I have a little question for Ped.
Oh.
As the resident shirt expert, my 23-24 shirt has started peeling off the stake. And I don't like it. Is there anything I can do to get it back?
Why don't you just let it peel off?
Well, there is that. It's just one small corner of the K at the moment, and it's annoying me.
iron it, like get an iron, get it really, really hot, and then put something over the top of it. So maybe a very thin, like
Can I stop you there?
Or something?
Can I stop you there? I do not possess an iron.
Oh.
I don't
Right,
do
well,
ironing. That's for plebs.
Okay, most people do iron.
Plebs.
But,
I mean, I iron, Annabelle,
All right.
that's fine.
If you could give it to someone who irons things,
See if there's a local pleb you can call on Annabelle.
then just get them to like put something over the top of it, which is quite thin,
Oh.
and then hold the iron on, and that should reactivate the glue.
Okay.
Hopefully, and that's all it should. Or no, I was going to say, see,
Reactivate the glue. Honest to God, right? Not a sentence I thought I'd hear you say. Reactivate the glue.
Well,
I love it.
You got it.
I love it. You got to go with what you've got.
See what you could have done. Obviously, I'm very aware, but that you're not in the city. But say if anyone did have that problem in the city, you would take it to the club shop, and they could put the press on it, and it would basically do the same thing. Because I know when.
Would you just? Yeah.
No, I know when remember when we first got like the Hummel stuff and that, and the badges were coming off.
Yeah.
You could just take it in the shop, and they'd apply the heat, because these things were made really quick, and that would sort it out. That would make the glue activate.
So next time I go up, if I bring it into the club shop, they will more than likely oblige
Maybe
me.
depends though. If it's a match day, you'll be very lucky because they'll be very, very busy.
Yeah.
But you could just play the old card and just go down to like your local sports shop and go, do us a favour, put a little bit of the waterworks on, don't go too far, and just I'll be honest with you, right?
Just to get a steak
I'll be honest,
iron
right?
back on.
I totally believe, Annabelle, if you went into a shop that had the press, and you used your tone of voice, and you asked really nicely and said, "Excuse me, I would like you to activate my glue," in your voice, I think
Reactivate my glue.
Well, but
That's
just
what you said.
Yeah, I said reactivate, but if Annabelle just says activate my glue, I think she's going to get more brownie points, and I think they'll just go, "Oh, yes, no problem."
In that voice.
In
So-
Annabelle's voice, not in my voice.
So I just
Why
sit
would they
there
do
and
it in Annabelle's voice?
Because it would be Annabelle, and therefore it would be her voice.
Yeah, but the person who she's asking to activate isn't Annabelle's voice, is it?
No, that's a
That'd
person.
be weird.
That's a
what you just
person.
said.
That's just a normal person.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, Annabelle. Carry on.
well, if I sit there in my wheelchair with big pleading eyes and say, "Please, sir, may I have some more?"
Yeah.
Glue.
Yeah.
Then I think
Yeah,
it's
I
sorted
think
for you,
just go,
personally.
"Please, sir, could you reactivate my glue?"
Who's saying no to your voice?
Exactly.
Asking that, Annabelle,
Exactly.
seriously.
Exactly.
It'd have to be harsh to say that,
Exactly.
you know.
Oh,
You're onto-
everybody
you're
says
onto a
no to
winner.
me, darling.
Yeah, but how many times have you asked for the glue to be reactivated on a top and someone said no?
Admittedly, it's never something I've needed to think of.
There you go. So really, we don't know yet, do we? We don't know whether the response is going to be no.
Well, thank you very much for answering that, Ped.
No problem. No problem.
Much appreciated.
No problem.
My thoughts on Villa,
Yeah.
as long as we just hold it together and don't go mad, keep possession of the ball as much as possible, we're just going to frighten them into just letting us win. Because we are a substantial team now. We've got something, and we just need to build on it. We need to show confidence. We need to go out there with the winning mentality that we've had and blow everyone's socks off.
I think that sounds good to me. I think that sounds a good game plan. I think it's just about doing what we've been doing. I think the fans are starting to fully get behind it. Not that they weren't, but I think that's building that momentum and that trust and that excitement. And sometimes when you get on a run like that, it can be really powerful.
Yes.
You can just get results and wins that you maybe weren't expecting. But Everton have got some good players. This is when. And listen, I hope we continue to fly a little bit under the radar, because Everton have got some good players. You know, we know Jack Grealish happy birthday, Jack, is playing brilliantly at the moment, and he's got the ability. We know that Briol's been great. We've got Njai. Beto's done well. Barry's done well in the bits he's had. You know, these are good players, and James Garner, Trisha Garner, Gay. And when we get Jared Branthwaite fully back, you know, and we get Mikalenko back, and they're up to, you know, full fitness, then with the subs we've got, Everton are going to take a little bit of, you know, they're going to be a challenge for every team, shall we say. And that's the first thing you have to become. You have to become a difficult game for every team. And then, are you good enough to go and win it? Well, the last 3 games we've proved we are, so why not make it 4 on Saturday?
Absolutely. And I think people underestimate how powerful momentum and confidence can be. And they are vital if you are going to go forward and do something worth singing about. Players thrive off of confidence. They thrive off of knowing that they've got that momentum and that they have done something. You know, it was the same when I played sport, which I used to play an awful lot of sport. You know, you know that when you are on a winning streak, you go out there and you feel that little bit invincible. You don't get complacent, but you feel like we can do this because there's nobody out there better than us. And that's the confidence we need to have. We need to take the confidence of such a fantastic stadium, the best fans in the land. I mean, nobody's doubting that. And just go out there and play. And remember, it's a game. Enjoy it. Enjoy winning.
Yeah. Here. Here. Go and do it, and just let's keep going. Let's keep going.
And as fans, we can have confidence in this team because we've got a manager who understands us, a manager who is great on the pitch with his choices on the pitch, and players that are really showing what they're worth.
Absolutely. And then the more you get on the bench who want to play and are capable of playing, that drives standards up as well. We've heard James Garner this week talking about how much David Moyes has driven the standards up since he's been, and the demands he makes on the players. So long may that continue.
I thoroughly believe that every good team needs basically 2 sets of starting 11 of players who are capable of playing in multiple formations and are able to adapt to games. And then you need 3 players who can go into different positions, kind of utility men. I think that's the ideal squad. And I think by the look of it, that's what Moyes is trying to build.
Yeah, and it was never all going to get done this summer. So.
No. I've always said it's going to take at least 4 windows. And to be honest, in this window, we did more than I expected. So I'm thrilled.
Excellent. Let's go and get the win now. We win Saturday, we'll be all bouncing, won't we?
Well, I always love beating the villains, so yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been
Yes.
9 years, hasn't it?
Since they come back up, we haven't beat them. Which is shocking, really.
Yeah.
Yes, I was at
terrible record.
I was at the last game when we beat them. So that's a
What,
long
4-0,
time
wasn't
ago.
it? The last time we beat them at home, anyway.
Yeah, it was 3-1
3-1 at Villa
3-1
Park.
at
We
Villa
beat them 4-0 at Goodison.
Yeah.
And we destroyed them that day.
Yeah.
And I remember that day, they were terrible. They were 4-0 down. They hadn't given a foul away or anything. They hadn't done it. They were just like going through the motions. And that was in about October or November or something. Then coming out going, they're in big trouble, them. But since they come up, they've been really difficult opponents. So, look, let's go and get that just chalked off Saturday. Let's get the win and move on and see where it takes us.
Well, thank you for your advice, Ped. Have a good evening, gentlemen.
Thank you, Annabelle.
And thank you again for another fantastic show. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Annabelle.
Thank you.
Thanks, Annabelle. Take care.
Have a
Speak
good
soon.
evening.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Annabelle with another great caller. Terry Maddox has gone right off my country music.
Why has he listened to something in the last half an hour? Don't know what else it could be.
I think it was just a twang.
I think it was...
Lyrically, I didn't see much wrong with the lyrics. thought lyrically it was, given you just made it up that moment.
I think the whole package was,
I thought
was
that
a
wasn't
masterclass.
bad.
I
That wasn't.
thought it was a masterclass personally.
Yeah.
But there's no accounting for taste.
Blue Jay said maybe Ped should play left back and sing his country song. No one's getting past that.
No one's getting past me at left back anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an absolute athlete.
Oh, Dick L's back. Dick L is back. And you love the first one. He's got 2 messages. You love the first one. Whenever I watch your videos, the wife always asks about Ned's whereabouts. I told her Ned had left to become a stock exchange financial broker, and she doesn't believe me. How's the ginger kid getting on?
She's got every right not to believe you.
She has. Your wife has got every right not. Is she? There's Ned. There's it Ned time for your missus again.
I'll be honest with
Ned's
you.
doing all right.
I look younger than Ned does now.
I don't think it was the younger looking that he liked.
No,
it
but
was
I'm
the
just
thighs.
saying.
He liked his legs. It was the white legs that you needed to wear sunglasses to be in the same room as that she liked. He's doing all right. He's driving for Audi, I think, something like that. So he's doing all right. He's moved into his new house. So Ned is doing well. You can tell your wife. Dick L also says, today, I've given the RS some stick.
Ooh.
Because we have no English players. Not a single one played last night. We actually have 10 English players. So because they have no English players, sorry. Oh. We have 10 English players involved in our first team, but amazingly only Pickford gets called upon. Most of the press seem to want him out. With so many English players, why don't we have more in the English squad?
I couldn't care less.
Have you got any?
No, I just couldn't care less.
Okay.
I take it as a badge of honour that we've only got one player in the England squad.
Who else realistic? Well, Branthwaite would probably be in the squad if he was playing like he can. Yeah. Dewsbury Hall could be considered. I don't know. Grealish can't get in. I don't know why. James Garner is not likely to get in. Tarkowski, they've never picked, even though he's been statistically was England's best defender.
Dibbling in the future.
Yeah, Dibbling played for the 21s. So I wouldn't worry about it.
No.
It's not keeping me up at night, put it that way.
We've got Brien waiting there, he's literally
I've got
waiting.
Brien. I was just making sure there was no thingy there. Hello, Brien. Good evening. What do you want to say, mate?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
How are you?
All
Are you
good?
well this evening?
We are very well. What about you, Mr. G?
Not bad at all, mate. Going on from Annabelle there. Dry Cleaners should be able to do that job for her, would they, Lou? I just thought.
Who?
What? Put
She's
the
listening.
sponsor
The
back
dry
on a
cleaners.
shirt?
Yeah, they've got
Feels
all
harsh,
kinds
that.
of hot. They have all kinds of hot irons of different sizes. Could even
There you
steam
go.
one.
There you
Anyway,
go.
one thing I forgot to say last week, actually, the change of tone amongst the supporters. How many times are we now hearing, I'm looking forward to the match?
Yeah.
It's been a while. And this, of course, is you compare to what we were a year ago, and we are so much more of a team now than we were just a year ago.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
that is purely necessarily down to the manager, because we could have said that back in April too. We're much more of a team than we were this time last year. And we are, of course, now looking forward to, because we're playing on the front foot. We are by far the most attractive and entertaining team in the league at the moment. I'm seeing a lot of games, and I can't see anyone playing as attractively as we do, with pace on the ball and the movement. And it's a joy to watch.
Yeah, it's been good to watch.
That's why they should ban all the other teams. Don't put them on telly at all. Just put Everton on. And repeat,
Well, they have.
Repeat.
I mean, they are doing it.
Repeat.
They are doing it. The 4 of our first 5 home games are Hill Dickinson. They're on live.
I can hear the sound of tingling in the cash till.
Exactly.
This is what we want.
Yeah.
Saturday, left back Mikalenko's not going to play. And I actually think it's a mistake of Moyes. He was overplayed in pre-season, and that's what caused his injury. I think we're paying for that now. I really do think he was overplayed in the States. So what happens? I think Arsenal has to play. He's left back. He's left-footed. If you're in Bayern, we're not going to play him wide Bayern. It's not as if he's never played before. The most important thing, of course, is we cannot have James Garner there on Saturday, because James Garner, I don't know if you've noticed, he did all right. No problem with that at all. Well done to him. He did a good job. But against the wingers, he's going to come up against the speed on Saturday, the overlapping fullbacks, Cash. You watch Garner going into a tackle, and he always goes in with his right foot. And he goes with his right leg across himself to get the tackle in, which of course makes it easier for a decent winger to get past him, which will cause
he's got to go in like that though, hasn't he?
No, he's got to learn to use his left foot. He has to position his body. He has to, as a fullback, you have to position your body to force the winger where you want him to go.
No,
right?
I know, but he's not no, that's correct, but he's not a fullback, right? So he's
I agree.
He's being used out of
his technique is what I'm talking about. Although he did a good job, you put him against a good winger, because he goes in with he puts his right leg across himself. Okay?
No, I get it.
There's far more space on the outside of him, and it's a lot easier to get past. And that is why we cannot play him up there on Saturday.
Okay.
So
okay. I mean, Mykolenko might be fit for all we know.
I wouldn't risk him. I think the danger of him getting back too soon is too much of a risk. It's better to have him for the season. Miss another 2 games, fine. I don't care. As long as he can play the rest of the season. Because that will make us more stable. Let the lad play. We bought him for a reason. This is the reason.
Yeah.
And next season, which is what I think he's being prepared for, to take over next season, it's just come a bit earlier than was intended. So I think you've got to play him. The balance of the team will be a lot better. And of course, you have an informed defence. The team's playing well. They're informed. So it's not as if they're all lacking in confidence. They're playing well. So they're going to be around him. They're going to be helping him. And I think he has to play. He's the one. I don't see an issue.
Okay, yeah.
Fair enough, right?
Again, it makes sense. He's a left-back. We bought him. He's played in La Liga. He's played... he's only played a few games for Bayern, but he's been there. He's been at La Mesa at Barca when he was young. He's not a kid who's not got talent. He clearly has. Ideally, I don't think David Moyes would like him playing there right now in an ideal world, because he'd want him to grow a little bit more into the game. But your strikers out, and you've got a striker for centre forward, the centre forward who's young. You'd still try to put the centre forward in, wouldn't you, or a winger or whatever? So why not? Why not? If it, but I just wonder if Mykolenko will play, regardless. But yeah, why move a couple of players? Just put Asnu in if Asnu's fit. And we must remember Asnu wasn't really fit for Leeds or Brighton. In fact, he was named on the bench against Brighton and felt it again, didn't he, in a warm-up, and wasn't even on the bench. So therefore he wasn't fully fit for like Leeds away and stuff. So James Garner played there. So David Moyes might always have gone, it was going to be Adam Asnu if Micho's out, and it will be again this weekend. The only thing I would say is on Saturday you'd be coming up against, if they played, Morgan Rogers is one, isn't he? Who I think's brilliant, but Yankuba Minteh of Brighton, who we played against, I think's really good. And Garner had a decent game against them that day. Got away a couple of times because he's really good, but overall I think James Garner did okay. But no, Brien makes a lot of sense. He's a left back. Play him. The only way he's really going to get games and get experience and grow, isn't he, by playing? So yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense.
There's another topic about match tickets. It's going to be interesting to see how this develops, because I applied for tickets for the Brighton game and didn't get them. sadly.
Yeah.
So I've applied now for Crystal Palace. Now, thing is, I won't find out till tomorrow. But thing is, it'd be interesting if how they do this. If people who have been unlucky in previous matches, if they go up on a priority list or not. Because having not got tickets for one game,
Yeah.
you apply again.
Yeah.
Now, there's also another thing is that I would like them to take geography into this question, because I can't apply for every home game because I live abroad. So therefore, the number of games I apply for are very limited.
Nice.
Would that go against me? So this is something I think the club has to think about, because a lot of people who are flying from a lot of people travel from down south, for example, can't get up to every game. A lot of people travel from abroad, can't get to every game. So how is there any kind of rating or any kind of table, like record of applying for games and how often we're actually lucky enough to get one? It'd be
No
interesting
idea
to find out.
Yeah. Are you not able to get the tickets anymore through being an affiliated supporters club anymore, Brien?
Well, not directly. No, we have the supporters club, which the actual membership price was the lower tier. Where I went and bought a Blue Plus for £60 anyway. But because I wanted to be able to go to those matches I want to go to, I don't have to go via the supporters club, which don't always get tickets. So, and having paid the lower fee, that might have worked against us, I thought. So just for this first time on, first season of going, I thought I'll pay the 60 anyway, and then I'll chase it up. But it will be interesting to see if the club, I think maybe the fans forum could do something about it and raise these questions.
Yeah, it's still not very transparent over
No, it's not.
a lot of the ticketing situation. I know we've only had one Premier League game, but it's still a lot of people have been asking us questions, and we don't have the answers to, because I don't think we've been told the answers.
Well, John Boy Bleakley says if Brian's an official member, I can offer him my seat for the Crystal Palace game.
Well, I'll be covering my lad anyway, and if we can't sit together, there's no point in us coming.
Yeah.
But thank you very much, John Boy.
But thank you anyway. Thanks for the offer. Very kind.
If you are a Toffee TV Premier member, we have put a
I've seen that. Yeah.
In our app, in the community section, we put a ticket advice place where hopefully people can talk to each other, find out their experiences, and if people do have tickets available, they can't go, then maybe people can use that as a place they can exchange tickets, knowing that hopefully the person that they're getting the ticket off is obviously not dodgy. So we've set that up hopefully to help people, but there is still are options. There is still a resale site. There is still those kind of things available that because Everton sent an email out yesterday saying what the advantages of having a season ticket and stuff are. So there's still a resale site, but obviously you need to be a member, and then it is that thing of, can you get two together? And I know there's a thing of like the kids. I know you've got your lad's not a kid, but there is a thing of like the kids they're not being kids tickets as such, and it's still someone. It would be very helpful if Everton would come out and sort of explain this a little bit better for fans, because it feels like it's almost all been set up and it's now like a trial and error thing where fans will just have to sort it out themselves. Well, a lot of the ground feels like that, and a lot of the transport feels like that, and the parking feels like that of going the match of like it's all very trial and error, isn't it? You will discover it yourself. But I think for tickets, I think that's where the club needs to take the whole thing itself and feed through supporter clubs at least. Then, and at least then give people some idea of how the best way of getting tickets is. So.
Obviously, there's teething problems with new systems. Nothing ever works perfectly. I mean, we running out of coffee, for example. It's ridiculous. But any catering manager worth his salt would know how many gallons he'd need, for example, or how much beer he's going to need approximately. So you work towards that. But the teething problems there will be, obviously, but it will, I was saying, it will be interesting to see how it develops with this priorities. And have you not been given tickets for one game? Are you then prioritised for the next time you apply?
Yeah.
Not the next game, the next time you apply. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it was that. I mean, the only.
And then I'd like to, of course, I'd like to take my niece along with me as well, but I can't get a ticket sitting with us. You know, it's
the only
unfortunate. And as you said, you mentioned season tickets before. Well, for people like me, season tickets are not an option.
Yeah. Well, the only example I can actually give of a ballot working like what you've just described is when it was COVID and there was games, and people who went in for like the first ballot and got a ticket weren't going to get one for the second one. And it was similar for the test events as well. It was like people who went in for it were supposed to get them straight away for the next one. So Everton must have a system or have used systems in place in the past. But as you said, there's no clear indication that's how they're going to work going forward. If you, by missing out on one, the next time you apply, suddenly get closer to the top of the list. No one's told us. Nothing's been said publicly. So it would just be helpful if Everton, because that isn't a teething problem, is it? Running out of coffee and running out of beer and running out of Pepsi, they're teething problems. Having a ticket plan that has been put in place, that's not a teething problem. That's supposed to be in for day one. Just explain to everyone how it works. I don't feel like Everton have been, as I said, very transparent on how the ticketing works for people who don't have season tickets. I think a lot of people are still like, oh, can I transfer my ticket to you? No, you haven't got a membership. Oh, I have got a membership. Oh, there's a lot still where people are very confused. And Everton should be like shouting it as much as they can. This is how it works, because not everyone is on social media. Not everyone might have watched the YouTube video or listened to this or saw that or watched the video. I mean, I don't really believe we've been told properly, and so therefore we can't relay the message. And I think that's what Everton have been very good at in the past, is getting people like us at least involved in stuff like this, so we can relay the message and hammer home. And I feel really bad that I can't give you an answer, because for a lot of the time in the last few years, we have been able to give people an answer because the club have explained the situation to us. But for this, we've not been really given too much information. We've been given bits and bobs, but not enough, I don't think. So maybe that's where Everton can improve, so everybody knows, because like you've just said, you don't get every opportunity to come to a game. So therefore, for you, it's not something that you'll be trialing it every other week. It's now and again, and I think people like yourself should definitely be kept in the loop, kept in the conversation.
I think it should not be necessary for the likes of you and other sites to and other channels to be responsible for informing the fan base. It should be coming straight from the club, very clear and transparent and obvious and logical and methodic, so that these questions should not be raised in the first place. By all means, use you and your colleagues.
Yeah,
absolutely, but it should not be necessary.
Yeah.
The program should be in place. They should be working. It's not the only football club which sells tickets. There are other clubs which sell tickets and have ticketing programs, and they have a methodology of how they are distributed. We have 50,000 seats now. Now, how many of those are season tickets? How many of the hospitality? How many of the more expensive tickets you can buy, the packages, depending on if you want to go to restaurants or whatever? And so how many tickets are actually go on sale?
Yeah.
To how many are available? Is it 20,000? Is it 10,000?
Well, that'll be the interesting thing. Saturday will be, we said if we see it first hand, there was so many empty seats in the last two games. There was so many empty seats, and we knew there was going to be empty seats for the last game, the Mansfield game, because people were telling us that they'd had their
money taken out of their account because they were in the Auto Cup scheme, but they were on holiday and they didn't know how to transfer their tickets to somebody else. So we knew there was going to be empty seats. But the Villa
This is
game,
what I mean.
sorry, the Brighton game, there was loads of empty.
Beforehand.
Yeah.
Before the season started, all this should have been posted out. It should have been informed on the website and letters or whatever, however, emails.
Yeah.
And
but the Brighton game, there was big spaces. There was big spaces. Yeah, the Brighton game, there was big spaces where there was big clumps of tickets. Now, we don't know whether those tickets were in seat unique and they couldn't sell them. As far as everyone's concerned, it was a sellout, but then they only will now say what the attendance is by the people who actually come in. But Everton remain, were adamant they sold out for both of the games so far. But there was massive clumps of seats.
We could see those empty seats. So you can imagine how I'm feeling. I've been, a lifetime supporter. I wanted to be it's a historical game, and I wanted to be there because it was such a historical event. And then I'm sitting at home, like thousands of others around the world, and you see these empty seats.
Yeah.
I mean, and you think I was prepared to pay the money for my flight, my hotels, and everything that goes along with it to be there, and you got these empty seats. It was so frustrating.
Yeah, it was annoying. It was frustrating. And again, Everton weren't that. Well, I mean, there wasn't much transparency on that either. Of like, why were there empty seats? Why wasn't it a sellout?
No explanations.
Everton obviously didn't want to.
They didn't know.
They didn't want to come forward with that information. If they had that information, they might have sold those seats to Seat Unique, and then it's up to Seat Unique. And if they've not been able to sell them, then what does that say about what they're offering if they can't sell those seats for the first ever Premier League game at Hill Dickinson Stadium? What does that say about the packages they're putting together? So maybe that is a bit trial and error going forward, but certainly there shouldn't be an empty seat in this ground. There shouldn't. Absolutely. There's so many people want to go. There shouldn't, and whether it comes down to a third party selling them or because people simply don't know how to transfer their tickets, that can't happen going forward. This stadium has to be sold out in terms of every seat needs to have someone on it.
Yes, as you said, it's no question what's being sold out. You've just got to still get empty seats. And that is the thing. The seats should not be empty. And as you're saying, these methods of transferring tickets, saying, no, thank you, I can't take my season ticket this game. So how do those tickets then get transferred over? Is it the club that do it, or is it the individual season ticket holder who's responsible for it? This is the first question. Should the club take responsibility for that seat, or is it the season ticket holder's responsibility to transfer it to somebody?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Who do they want to give it to? Like Baz went to the States and Mr. Derby. He wanted to give his seat to someone. Was it Goodison? Right. So could he do that on Saturday? Can he give it to whoever he wants or not? This is this is
not without it being my phone.
So do you want to give it to your brother or your whoever, your cousin, or do you want to just say, well, it doesn't matter, anyone can have it?
Yeah.
So do you have a choice there? This all has to be. This is information which has not been coming forward, and this is why so many supporters like myself were very frustrated.
Yeah, and I fully understand it. Fully understand why you would. And I'm frustrated. I was frustrated looking round at the Brighton game and being empty seats because it was a poor reflection on it. Obviously, people will pick people from outside. Everyone will go, you couldn't even sell or whatever. But we knew for a fact that was a sellout. And it's like, so the questions have to be, why are those seats not being filled? So, don't know. We'll get to the end. We might get to the end of it at some point, but. There seemed to be a system in place and it didn't seem to be broken, and now it's been very, very complicated, I think, by putting the way they've done it in. I find it weird that they've complicated it so much. Like we've got so many extra seats at a new ground, and yet we've made it seem harder for people to get hold of those tickets, which just doesn't make any sense.
No, feels mad.
Because you want more people there, more people get there, they'll buy food, they'll go to shop, whatever it is, it means more
people
revenue.
like myself who fly over, we tend to buy more in the souvenir shop, things like that. We tend to, just little things.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
lads,
absolutely.
And I'm sorry, I apologise for that dig in the ribs there, Baz. I don't know where it came from.
For which?
When you went to this, on holiday.
Oh, mate,
Mr.
I wouldn't have swapped being in America with my family for being at Goodison to watch us beat Liverpool, mate. Not at all.
Beat them. Anyway,
not at all. I've seen us beat Liverpool many times, so it was great to see us. And when we needed the points, if someone had said to me, "Go to America, never will beat Liverpool," I'd have done it, mate. So not an issue. Not an issue. I was there for Tarkovsky's volley, mate, and that was good enough.
Oh, crikey, I couldn't get tickets for that game.
Oh, Brien.
Same old story, Brien.
Yeah.
Anyway, nice one, Brien.
That old chestnut. Go ahead, Brien. Take it easy, mate.
Good night, after that.
See ya. Ta-ra, Brien. The irrepressible Brien. What a G.
There you go.
What a G. As in Mr. Garside. G. No?
Yeah.
Mr. On my own. Is there no one waiting, James?
No.
Did we have someone else and he dropped out?
They probably dropped off reading all the comments.
I know, yeah. What's going on?
The comment, Anna's got a bit. Annabelle.
Going, oh my God, they've gone X-rated.
They've gone a little bit. They're all.
Next, they'll be asking about kiwi fruit.
They're all having fun. Leave the kiwi fruit alone. Leave the kiwi fruit alone.
Someone's just asked a really interesting question. Rim says, do you think that in the future clubs will have individual sponsorships on player shirts and charging premium for top players and have club sponsors on the sleeve, or vice versa? It's an interesting question. That's one for John Blaine, but because we were talking about that yesterday, we were talking about John yesterday, weren't we, about like sponsorship deals and getting it on the training ground and the premium, but then the only issue with that is, I imagine, is if a player was a top player and you were putting a sponsor on his shirt and that was earning you more money, that player would want to cut, wouldn't he, through his rights, his own rights. He'd want to cut. He'd go, why is that earning you more money? And he'd want to cut to that, and that'd go into his wages. And then that'd be like, well, what's it actually worth? Because it's like when they sell shirts with your name on the number, players get a cut of that if they're savvy enough to have it in their contracts and everything. So maybe one day. I hope not. Because who wants to buy does that mean if a kid wants a shirt, then he walks in and goes, well, I want the name and number, but I also want the sponsor of it, his personal sponsor as well, because for the authentic, you know what I mean? It becomes a minefield, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Like they've already got it with the image rights, haven't they?
Yeah,
Goes on, contracts drag on for days because of image rights and stuff. Yeah. So if you started doing that, I think it'd be... They're probably better all being in it together.
Yeah.
I think, really, there's more...
It's better for one brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you've got one thing, then you'd be like, what does that become? I know... pass it to him, get that name out, that's the big sponsor. It becomes a little bit like, and then I don't think it would ever happen, but players have to, let's be honest, if you're playing, a player himself has his own sponsor, he has his own boot sponsor, or as Jordan Pickford's got a boot and a glove sponsor, they have their own sponsors, don't they? So, and they'll do loads of stuff for them. Jack Grealish is with Puma, and Pickford's with Puma. They pay a lot of money to see that player wear those boots in a game. So that's how it boils down in the end, isn't it? And then they'll have loads of off-pitch sponsors. So on the pitch, you're looking at the tools of the trade, and that's the boots or the gloves, and that's all you want to see, isn't it? That's all that sponsor's paying a fortune to sponsor that player for his boots.
JM, just quickly on this one, says thoughts on reports that Real has been great in training and could start soon. Well, this all come out of David Moyes saying this, didn't it, the other day? A few people have picked it up and put it out as inside info, I think, or like journalists or have been told by this. But David Moyes was quite open the other day and said that he's been really impressed with Real in training. The players have been really impressed with him, so that's good. Don't know whether or not that would play into Moyes' thinking for Saturday or not. I think you've got to let that, let it build. Let the lad be part of a squad. and all that, and see how he adapts. But it's great news if he's come in and the players are sort of nudging each other, because you do see that when you've played footy and a lad comes in training and you sort of give them a little nod if they're good, and you'll be saying not bad, is he? And so that's happened professional level. I'm sure it's happened in teams we've all played in, where someone else joins and they're good. You can see the skill level's quite good, and everyone is sort of like, he's not bad, is he? So I like that. I like it. I like the fact that if we've got him in, but he's a good player, isn't he? Yeah, and Evan have been watching him for a while. David Moyes obviously liked him anyway. Has liked him for a bit. Thought about taking the plunge in January. Didn't. Let it play out a little bit, and we've got him, and he's in. So that's great. It's great news. If he's another one who's a real, if he's a real option off the bench, and the manager sort of likes what he sees, then that's really good news, isn't it? So, yeah, see how it goes. Yeah, of course. Right.
Now we're done.
See us. We'll tomorrow.
We'll
try and do something.
So we've
tomorrow.
basically we're in a tournament at 9:30 in the morning, a paddle tournament. None of us have played paddle.
No.
So it could be finished by 10:30. But it depends.
But there's other stuff going on as well, so we're going to
be down there
covering. It's a paddle tournament for charity.
Yeah, for charity, mate.
So we're going to be there. So
yeah, it starts at 10. It's at Liverpool Cricket Club, and yeah, I know. And it's supposed to be until like 5. We won't be there till 5.
No.
So no. We could be back here by 1. Who knows? We'll keep everyone updated on what's going on.
Just look out for it. But it is for charity. We're doing our bit. So we'll try to sort something out. So take it easy.
Yeah. Bye.
See you later. Bye.